Alright guys, we got this thing home and I have messed with it and messed with it and I'm tired of messing with it. So we're going to pull it out, put something else in it, kind of in the process of it. We got everything took loose. I would like to think 4 bolts here and 4 bolts on the other side. We can slide this thing apart, pull it out of here. I'm thinking of 4-cylinder Cummins will fit in here with a little bit of manufacturing, but I think we can make it work. I'll bring you back when we get a little further along. Alright guys, here's where we are. We pulled the motor out of it. Got it home, then we pulled the motor out of it. So show you what we got over here. I took this injector pump off a tractor. I assumed that it worked. They said that tractor ran 2 years ago. But I put it on here and I'm still not getting any fuel. But the reason I pulled it was it wasn't even doing anything on starting fluid. It wouldn't smoke, it wouldn't pop, wouldn't do nothing. So my original plan was to pull it and replace it with a 4-cylinder Cummins. I thought I could come up with an adapter plate, and I probably still can. But I went and looked at it, and I would have to come up with an adapter plate. I could make it work, but it'd be a hassle. So now I'm back to seeing what I can do with this thing. I filled it full of transmission fluid. I just poured it straight down the intake and filled it plumb up. We're gonna let it sit here about a week or so, and we're gonna pull this pump back off. And I've got the other one here tore apart again. And my problem is these little plungers keep getting stuck. Got 2 of these smaller ones. You got 2 small ones, and you got 2 longer ones. The longer ones work fine, but the side the smaller ones go in, the small ones keep getting hung up, and they won't push these rollers out. So that's why we're not getting any fuel. So I'm gonna try to clean these up with some emery cloth, polish them up real good, see if we can make any further progress on it. But that's what they look like tore apart. The governor housing's back in there. I took all this apart. A lot of this stuff was stuck, so I don't know. We're gonna try to get it back together, and I'll bring you back probably a few days. Well, just a few seconds for y'all. Alright, we're finally getting fuel out of this injector pump. I think it's the 3rd time it's been rebuilt. The plungers keep sticking in it, inside the head here. I don't know why they keep sticking. I've done had them out, I've cleaned them up in emery cloth, and it just keeps sticking on me, but I think we might finally have it. I filled the pump full of transmission fluid. I've got the injectors out of it so to turn over a little easier. I did fill the cylinders full of transmission fluid. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt anything because this thing's been sitting. So I figured while I had them out, I'd let it sit a couple of days with transmission fluid in it. But you can finally see it's wet right there where I've been cranking on it, but we finally got fuel coming out of it. So I guess I'll get the injectors back on it, and I'm gonna let my battery charge up, and we're gonna give it a shot. But I might have got a little mad and jumped the gun on pulling this motor, but if it runs, well, we can always put it back in. Ain't that big a deal. About a half a day we can have it done. But I'll bring you back in just a minute. Alright, it's the next day. I gave up on it last night. The starter kept getting hot on me. But we finally starting to get a little smoke out of it, and it did pop for me one time, so we're getting close. We're gonna have to rebuild that starter if we get it running. I've noticed a lot of blow by already, but when I filled it full of transmission fluid, I let it sit for I think 3 days. These two and three, still had fluid in them when I come back. Number one didn't. So I'm thinking the rings might be stuck on number one, or they might be shot. I'm not real sure. way better. I got one cylinder. Try and do something. What's this?
Is he getting enough damn fuel down in there?
That's good enough for it. Clarence, I don't know about this. I've run out of starting fluid. Here we go. Boogie. So close.
Keep going.
I'm gonna see if it take off on its own again. It's gonna take off on its own.
No. You're running out of fuel, ain't you?
I just still think it's that one cylinder ain't picked up yet for two.
And you sure that damn shut off all the way open?
Yes, I will. You can go nowhere.
Okay. Well, it'll last a little bit longer now.
Let me back that timing off a little bit. I can always put it back.
That seemed to start a little better, didn't it?
Yeah, it starts every time you touch it now.
About time though, ain't it?
Yeah, about damn time.
That won't be that damn big a motor. I don't think. It's probably the ring probably ain't picking up, ain't got enough compression on that one, has it? The ring
It just can't pick it up.
Huh?
It just can't pick that third cylinder up.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably what that little it's been sitting for a hell of a long time.
That's a long time.
Well, it starts to get
Well,
running.
line up these, it starts to run.
That's right. And I don't believe you never got to run over inside that son of a bitch.
Probably not, because it'd have been having to turn the shafts and the transmission with too much load on it.
Mm-hmm. You finally got it where it would.
I still don't think it's 100% in time.
Huh?
Still don't think it's 100% in time either. But that ain't gonna cause our blow by. That's why when you try to give it throttle, it's popping and snapping. I don't think it's 100% in time.
That could be that broke ring too, not enough damn compression kicking. That's what you think it is, the ring.
I think it's a ring in it too. I think it's a
I
little
don't
bit
hear
of
no knock in it, but
I think it's a combination of a ring and a little bit out of time. starts and runs and works. In the video, I didn't have any steering. The cylinder right there is leaking. I'm about to pack that. But I had this line and this line backwards. It wouldn't steer. And I also, at first, it wouldn't take gear. This button here is a clutch cutout button, and it's not actually stuck, but I guess the switch inside there is stuck. So I just cut the wire to it and use this one for that. It's the same thing, but runs pretty good. Everything works. All I like is putting the hood and the fenders back on and hooking up the breather and clean it up and paint it up. I gotta pack that cylinder, and I'm sure some more will probably start leaking, but I gotta pack that one, and got one down here somewhere. Oh yeah, that one. That one turns done bubbled out. I'd change it. But anyway, I'm gonna call that a pretty good deal here. So we'll use it a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all my first project with it, and I'll make a video on it if got enough people watching it, whatever, or I might just video it anyway. I've got an L10 Cummins manual motor here that I got, and I don't know anything about it either. I know a little bit about it, but it's very minimal. Says it's an 86 model. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. 86, it's 240 horsepower, date of manufacturer. Well, I can't even get up there to it, but it's 9 of 87. So we're gonna get that picked up. My back will pick it up, but boy, it's all it wants. I don't care much for it. I'm sure I'm gonna blow the front tires off of it. But we're gonna get that thing picked up with that forklift and put it back here on this stand that I had that little motor on that forklift. Put it on there and see if we can't get it to run. It's probably been 15 years since that thing's been cranked. Come out of a turned over truck my uncle had, and he actually gave it to me and told me if I could get it out of his way I could have it, so I got it. But we'll run across the truck to put this in one day if it runs. But that'll be the first project for it, and that'll probably be one of the next videos you see. So all right, we got this thing put back together. Changed the oil on it yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and change the fuel filter right now on it again. And we're gonna pull it up to the house and pressure wash it. And we're gonna call this one done. All right, we got her washed. It's ready for action. New exhaust, new brake cleaner. This has been a pretty fun little project here. I'm sure there'll be plenty more where that came from. But it's ready to go to work. We'll see y'all on the next adventure.